What up, folks? Welcome in. I just finished doing reactions to all of Carol and Tuesday on Patreon. It was cool. It wasn't my favorite music anime, but the best part about the show was the two main characters singing. Like, their harmonies were so great. The other part that I absolutely loved, the first ending number one, I couldn't wait to get to it every episode because it has the best pocket groove that I've heard in my anime journey so far. So it's pretty cool. It's called Hold Me Now by Benny Sings, and it's sung by Nybrix and Selenia Ann. We're going to hear the full version. I've never heard the full version. This will be the first time. I'm excited. Let's go. There it is. What a groove. Their harmonies are so smooth. The bass line on the B side of this groove is amazing. We'll talk about it in a second. Oh, there's a synth line there. I've never heard that. We got to stop there and go back and talk about some stuff. It's been a while since I've heard this because obviously finishing out the anime on Patreon, it's been ending 2. Ending 2 is cool, but it's not like this. Okay. Why is this so great? Personal opinion here. Is it going to sound cliche, but it's true. Less is more. I know you were like, oh, come on, bro. Really? It is true. There's so many like very purposeful decisions made musically here that keep the danceability alive. The smoothness of the melody is there. And it just feels very intimate because vocally, this is not some super processed, post-produced like thing. It's really, really nice. It's tangible. It feels great. Okay, let's talk about why though. Listen to the first 4 bars and how quickly we just get the groove and the mood immediately. 4, 2, 3, and we're in. Everything is established right there. Now, okay. The ultimate part is the groove. For me, it is the groove. It is complete pocket groove. Well, what is that? Okay, just listen to the drum set and the basses real quick. There's not much going on, right? You might be like, yeah, but Tony, it's just the kick drum on beats 1 and 3, and on 2 and 4 is snare, and then the bass is going doom, whatever the line is, and I'll say, yeah. That's what it is, man, because you don't have all of this going on. It is this. It's just a lined up, easy groove. It'll put you on the dance floor and everything, it just goes. It sails so smoothly. But like, how do I say this? You might be like, yeah, it's super easy. Remember, difficulty doesn't equal quality. What equals quality is good musicianship, and there's a lot of good musicianship going on because to play this groove, it is simple, but to play it tastefully, that's the difficult part. Listen how tasteful this is. Here's the reason why. The bass line attaches to the simpleness of the drums. That creates the low-end foundation. That's where the pocket is. It allows the offbeat keyboard stuff, synthesized voice. There's a little bit of string stuff happening. A little bit of guitars come in after that. It allows all that to kind of like go against it because rhythmically it plays with it. That's where we get kind of like it's a little bit syncopated, and it just has this flow and feel that without like looking at the sheet music and be like, here's exactly what happens like quarterly within the notes and the rhythms. No, I mean, you don't care about that. You just want to know like, well, why does it sound good? So like at a surface level, that is why that sounds good the way it is. And remember, these are on purpose decisions, but it hits really well. Then we're going to pull away here and allow for voice. And then the bass player comes back in. And, you know, obviously we know there's 2 voices here, and the other thing we have to say about both of their voices is they blend really well together. So sometimes I will almost forget. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm listening to 2 people like interact with each other. But then obviously when the harmonies drop, you're like, yeah, it's there. That is a great blend. I really appreciate that. The other thing is really cool, and it might not be a big deal to you, but if you listen to the little guitar work, when the first vocals come in, the bass fades out. There's nice little guitar additions here. It sounds great. It's nice. But the other obvious part here, that right there. Man, it's so good. Okay, the other part we have to say about the melody, it's very simple. Bum ba dum ba ba da dee dee dee. I'm not singing it right, but I'm kind of sort of close and bump bump bump. Meaning it's accessible. It has a nice contour, and it's not completely manipulated with like you're not sitting there going, "Wow, that's someone's voice," but it's like super super auto tuned and post processed into the next century. Like that's not what we get. We get like, oh, it's an intimate feeling. That sounds good. It's cool. Again, like. The reason I'm not going to go on a tirade, we're not going to tangent about it, but the reason it sounds good is because when you can have people that actually harmonize well together and you don't need to go mix and match and manipulate to get that, you might hear like perfect harmonies that are like super post produced, but you can hear that though. Like they might be like, oh, it's mathematically perfect. The science of like how these frequencies are ringing together are flawless, but they also sound that way too, which it's not a good sound. You know, it's a very artificial sound. This is a nice sound. It sounds very good. And it's probably a little bit on here. Sure, maybe. But it's just a nice feel with how they blend with each other. I know I've like said that word like 3 times, but I listen to so much music all the time that's not that way. I feel like sometimes I have to overcompensate for it. Okay, anyway, let's keep going. The groove. The groove has 2 sides. We've got the A side of it and we have the B side of it. So when we transfer to the B side, the biggest difference and most important part for me is the bassist because, man, hold on. Let's get into this transition. Right here. And that's good playing. And then cadentially we come back. Yeah, and then we're back to the A side. It's really cool. Again, it's cliche, but it's true. Less is more. Boom, boop, wee doo doo, boom, boom, boop, wee dee, boom. I mean, the chords change. Obviously, we're not playing the same chords as the A part. That's why we're on the B section of this. But it's not like really a chorus. It's more like A and B, and then kind of like A prime and B prime that we get. But however you want to interpret it, that's totally fine. That's up to you. But the biggest takeaway is how great the line is. It's a very lyrical bass line, and remember, the bass line is not the melody, right? They're singing the melody, the 2 of them, but it's still like. What's the word? It supports it so well. It almost exposes not the right word, but it's almost like it just reveals an even better takeaway from those 2 literal voices and the bass voice. The 3 of those working together almost make a composite that it's really good. Sorry, I'm kind of nerding out. Sorry, I'll bring it down here. Let's go to it again because if you think about it, the only other thing that's really happening there besides the groove and the rhythm section is the kind of block chords on the offbeat from the piano. Bop, 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 bop. It's super exposed. But why? Less is more. You know what I'm saying? Like it just works really, really well. Okay, let's get that transition again. Little guitar work. And then, let's keep going. Little counterpoint there. Oh, quite a bit actually. So basically meaning, now we're back to A. The reason I said A prime is because we come back and now both of them, they're kind of working off each other. Another reason their voices blend really well. And it's playful in a way, but it sounds really good with how it's being, let's see, that's 47 seconds. We go back to like 30. So that's actually pretty hard to do. You need to be a skilled person to understand how to sing, melodically, sing in tune, but also work with the person that you're duetting with. And it doesn't get crowded because there are sounds that are happening at the same time, which is obviously what harmony is. But this is more of a staggered harmony, which is why we kind of said counterpoint a little bit because things are kind of off from each other, but they're all within like fundamentally the same. They're all related. All the tones are related. We're still coming from the same, the tonality. We're in the same key. So this is why it's cool though. And that's where the skill sets are because you can pull up any 2 people like, hey, sing together really quick. And most of the time, it, probably wouldn't go that well, but you bring up good vocalists that understand and can listen and blend and, listen down to the rhythm section and the rest of the band. That's where the music is. That's why I nerd out about all these things because There's just so many great elements happening. Okay, I've stopped this a million times. Let's stop stopping it and see what happens for the full version. Do we get a bridge? I do not know what is about to happen. Back to the B side. Oh, there's that synth that happens. Faintly. Right side in the mix, high up. Back to the A. More counterpoint, more stronger dynamic on the harmonies there. All right, where are we going? Again. All right, what's coming? Here we go. Oh. I feel like we got this section in the anime. Yeah, man. Okay, that was cool. That happened at 1:38. Let's go back and grab that again. That's basically sounds like, like alto sax and trumpet, whatever grouping of, the horn backgrounds come in and play super staccato, just meaning super short. It's a cool sequence. It's ascending. You've got really cool offbeat stuff going on the keyboards. It feels like there's an ascending guitar line here too. It works really well. It's not super different, right? Because the groove in the rhythm section, we've not batted an eye. It's still there. The pocket groove is right there, but it's enough variety to be like, oh yeah, it works. But again, less is more. The line is simple. It's not, there's no math happening. It's not something super complex, but it fits in the pocket really, really well. We're just on the B side of the groove. I didn't even catch that the first time. That is absolutely gorgeous. Again, please and thank you. Please, please. Yeah, man. And cadentially, we resolve and back. Oh, that's nice with the guitar underneath. Beautiful. Yeah, there we go. That was cool. I was wondering what we would get for the full version. I'm kind of glad we didn't get some bridge that was completely unrelated and changed the vibe of the whole thing. They were very smart to kind of we're going to stay in this pocket. We're going to stay on the B side of the groove. We'll give you the crescendo, not crescendo, the ascending line through the brass stuff that we talked about. And they came back. The bass drops out. We have a little bit thicker sound of harmonies, guitar work that, just added a tiny bit. Then we came back and we repeat that 4 times and then we're out. Yeah. So for me, this is really good. Now, I'm biased, right? This is just, I think I gave you more of an opinion based. This is more of an opinion than, we're observing what's going on. That's the point of these videos, is to talk about it. But obviously, I think I get a little more excited on the stuff that, music is just a value system. Music is full of informed opinions, like there's different variances of what people hold, true to them and what's, near and dear. So for me, like pocket grooves and like really good decisions from musicians to give us something like this, obviously it's going to have a little bit more weight. But, I like the super heavy and complicated stuff too, but this just hits in a different way. So anyway, that's what I think about it. Let me know what you think about it down in the comments below. My name is DrumRollTony. Come watch some anime with me on the Patreon. Link for that down in the video description below. Please and thank you. Click the like button, subscribe to the channel to catch the next video. I appreciate you being here. YouTube thinks we're going to watch one of these 2 videos next. Have a great day. Take it easy. Bye-bye.